So, hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BeeSparrow. I got my girl DjAprilShowers on the other side, all the way from Joliet, Illinois. What's up, April?
Nothing much. Hey, Shalom, Sister B, all the way from the DC.
We decided last night we was gonna go live today, so here we are shooting the facts. I wanted to start with this young lady. I don't know if can you see the screen? This young lady murdered her boyfriend, her baby's father, in front of their 2-year-old daughter. Have you heard about this?
No, but wow.
It
Wow.
said it says a woman found guilty of murdering her child's father has been sentenced to 125 years in prison, girl. 125 years. A jury found her, I think her name is Sierra Harp, found her guilty of murdering Raheem Grant. She recorded herself on Grant's cell phone, shooting him multiple times over several minutes in front of their daughter. During the sentencing, Harp looked right at Grant's mother in the courtroom and asked everyone for forgiveness. She said, I was not in my right mind. Had I not been drunk, it would have never happened. Mrs. Grant Bryson, I am truly, truly sorry. Harp called it an accident when she recorded herself shooting Grant multiple times in his apartment in 2017. She told Grant, she told police Grant had beaten her that night and she shot him in self defense. Then police uncovered a cell phone video Grant shot of himself on camera saying she stabbed him. Harp turned the video on and off as she shot him over 13 minutes as their daughter watched. On video, Grant could be heard warning Harp that she's going to spend a long time in prison after she kept shooting him. She says, I don't care if I go to jail for the rest of my life. Grant's warning came true. Her attorney asked for a 5-year sentence. Judge Robert Mack sentenced Harp to 125 years, and Grant's mother was happy with the sentence. It feels like I'm in a dream and I can't wake up, she told Jones. During the trial, Harp's mother spoke for the prosecution and went on a rant against her own daughter. Now, her mother testified against her.
I mean, what was the mom trying to say? What, she was a drunk or what?
Okay, glad you asked. Her mom said, you murdered Raheem. This is her own mother now. Her name is Adrian Thurman. She said, sternly staring at her daughter last month. Whenever you went chaos, trouble was sure to follow. So let me just play the video and listen to what her own mother said about her. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me see here. I don't think, right? I don't think that I could. Well, let me just play the video. Hold on one second. Crazy, crazy, crazy. This is a
I ain't never
crazy
gonna do this to
case.
my child.
I,
Not in
I
front,
don't think I could ever do that
not
either.
in front of the public.
Nope.
She said she connived her way through life. Harp's mother even said Grant told her he didn't want to be with Harp.
Envious nature took control and you murdered Raheem for moving on without you.
And Harp's mother asked for the stiffest punishment possible, life without parole. Harp sneered at her mother and mouthed of profanity and called her mother a female dog. Now, the judge delayed sentencing because one of Harp's attorney is off the case, set the sentencing date for later this month when her new attorney is on board. Now, Harp's mother also asked the judge to sterilize her daughter. I'll be working on all of this. Channel 2 Action News at 4.
Her own mother, asked the judge to sterilize her. This girl that killed her boyfriend in front of their daughter, shot him 13 times, and was recording it on cell phone. Her own mother testified against her in court. What do you think about
So
that, April?
saying she had a demon child or what? She had a devil child?
I guess that's what she was saying. She said that everywhere she went, she caused trouble.
Okay,
Everywhere
well,
she
so
went.
why didn't she try to get her some help? Because you are the mother.
Right.
Now I can see
But
if
just the fact. Go ahead.
I'm just appalled because I feel like this is another step to destroy the black family because
Yeah.
due
Seems
to
like
kids having ADD, they put them on medicine. They didn't listen. I still feel like they put stuff in the formula, and so this is like a breakdown of that family not sticking together where we can't whoop our kids and beat their ass.
right. Right. But her own mother testified against her. That had to be heartbreaking. And I noticed on one of the videos, the girl called her mother a bitch, and they showed her calling her mother a bitch while she was on the stand, while her mother was on the stand. Like I just cannot do it. I don't think I could ever bring myself to testify against my children.
No,
I just can't.
but then again, I guess if maybe that mom knows something, that we don't. And because there are some kids out here
But
that
but even still, just stay off the stand. Don't me personally, I can't do it against my own child. I'll just leave it alone and let her serve her time. But I won't. I don't know. I just can't see it happening. Mm. With that being said, we talked about discussing breast cancer and how important it is for women to get a mammogram. I had my first mammogram about 3 years ago. First ever. It's not a comfortable thing. And you wanted to talk about that, so.
yeah, but you just had your first one.
Hello?
Yes, can you
I
hear me?
can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm just saying you just had your first mammogram?
Ever. About maybe it was about 5 years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm due for another one soon.
Mm-hmm.
And so you talked about how breast cancer runs in your family. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes. My name is Darlene April, and um, on my maternal side, which is the Carter side, breast cancer runs in our family. We have the gene. I've had three aunts, to have it. Um, 6 first cousins,
Mm.
and now we're in the second generation of 2 second cousins. So two parents, daughters have had it too. 2 of my aunts'
Mm.
daughters. One right now has just had a total mastectomy, and she's starting her radiation, but she's doing fine. And what I can tell people is there is a BRAC test. It's called BRAC. It's a test that you can take to see if you carry the gene that you for breast cancer and ovarian cancer. I didn't carry the gene, but if I would have carried the gene, I would have had a double mastectomy. But I do have one first cousin that once she did have it, she had a double mastectomy right away. She said she wasn't fooling with it. She wasn't going to deal with it. She, cut them off. Yeah. And so it's always scary for me because I'm always forever, doing my self breast exams. And I've been doing mammograms for years due to breast cancer running in my family. And I've had a lot of non-cancerous cyst in my breast and under like my lymph nodes. So I've always had these little knots in my breast. So now that it's, I'm getting older, I tend to worry about it a little bit more now. But yeah, and then for me, like all I have for breasts is like little lemons. They're not even that big. So to think like I could get cancer of these big nuts.
So it don't matter what the size is. You can any size breast can get breast cancer.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the size of your breast. Yeah, because men also get breast cancer.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up too. But the ratio between men and women is more women than men that get it. It's rare in men, right?
Yeah. Okay. And so doesn't matter the size of the breast. For me, when I take those mammograms, with me being so small, and then they have to put it up on that thing, it hurts. It hurts.
It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
mammograms are very uncomfortable. But how important is it for a woman to have a mammogram?
I think it's very important. I think it's very important now because there are so many products out there that, have cancer causing chemicals. I mean, for Black women, like far as putting perms in our hair, I think that might have an effect on us. Putting those chemicals and just by the different foods we've been eating. But I really feel like the perms, that chemical processing of our hair, was not good for us.
See, I would have never thought that a perm, but hey, now that I think about it, all those fumes and chemicals.
Yes, just think about it, and you're putting them, on your hair, close to your scalp. Something's probably going inside your brain, your head. We don't know that.
Right.
Yeah. And if you look at the ingredients in those perms, my goodness, it's a lot of hard stuff.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, perms, I think any chemicals that us Black women use to straighten our hair, even the curls and all of that stuff, I do not think that was healthy for us to put these chemicals in our hair. I think
you're probably right.
To natural products, just keep your hair braided, but I'll never put another perm in my hair.
Me neither. Although I have thought about it. It's been over 20 years since I permed my hair.
Right.
Over 20 years. So I have thought about it though.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, when I wash my hair, condition it, and I'm pretty sure if you haven't did a perm in 20 years, I know your hair is nice and thick and full, and it's a
Well,
job.
the older we get, the thinner our hair gets. So it's not as thick and rich as it used to be.
And
You
I'd
know.
be like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna put a perm. But I get to thinking about the chemicals in the perms, and I just think no, because I don't ever want to have to go through those treatments again. That's hard.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's hard. It's hard on your body. It's hard on you mentally. When I found out I had breast cancer, it was a month after my mother died. Then after that, I could not. When I started the process of treating my cancer, I couldn't walk. They never could find out why I couldn't walk, but they said I probably had a body breakdown because I had lost my mom and everything. So uh, those were some very difficult, rough
Mm-hmm.
times for me. I didn't have my mom. I had a good support system, but I had just lost my mom, and it was horrible for me. Yeah.
So
Okay.
what are y'all doing in your family for the younger women? For the younger women in your family that's coming up, what are y'all doing to help prevent this happening to them? For the
Oh,
younger women that's
we
coming up in your
always
family.
call them. Always tell them to go get their mammograms, and we let them know that they can, go up to Rush because like our calculations for the brag test is in the computer. So if they
Mm-hmm.
needed to take the gene test, then all they had to do was call Rush University, the breast cancer center. And of course, I would have to get them permission for them to release my records to them if they got the BRAC test. And we just encourage them, to get their mammograms and do their self breast exams. But some of them, they don't want to. They said they don't want to know if they carry the gene. So
So, but you have a son, right?
I have a son.
And we know men can get breast cancer. Have you talked to him about it?
Oh yeah, he knows. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's bad hearts, breast cancer, I mean it's diabetes. On my mother's side, we're open family. We talk about everything. We don't try to
Mm-hmm.
hide our information. If one is, if somebody is sick, we all know about it, you
Right.
know. And so, um, and we try to let everybody know what's going on. Yeah. And then like I
Right.
said, I had a few cousins who have had the scare where they had the knots, the lumps, and they when they did go in and they you know took them out and tested them, they were non-cancerous. So yeah, but
I
it's
wonder how they would perform a test on men. I just wonder how they would perform a test on men because men, most men breasts, they don't have breasts like ours. So and the ones that do, I wonder if they have to get on the mammogram machine.
oh, I don't know, girl. They probably make them lay on the table. They probably got some new way. Cause see, when I like to go to Rush because they're state of art in Chicago. Cause see, all I do now is get on the machine and hold my arms up, and the machine goes around me. They don't even. I don't. They, I don't have to go up and they squeeze that little thing where it's on your breast. That
Uh-huh.
that hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts. Yeah, yeah. But it's
And
work.
so speaking of cancerous foods that can cause cancer and carry cancerous cells, Walmart had a recall on their fruits and vegetables. I don't know if you posted this in the group. Was that you?
No.
So
I
yeah,
don't did I?
several types of fresh cut fruit. Julia said it could have been him.
My friend, yeah, she
Several types
called.
of fresh. Say it again.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Well, it says several types of fresh cut fruit sold at Walmart stores in 9 states are being recalled for possible listeria contamination.
Oh my God, is our state one?
It said 9 states in a recall notice posted on the Food and Drug Administration website. Country Fresh said expanded. This don't sound. Its voluntary recall issued the day before to include various containers of freshness guaranteed, brand cut or sliced apples, grapes, mangoes, pineapples, and cantaloupe distributed by Walmart.
Oh wow.
And this is kind of what we're talking about. The foods aren't even safe anymore. Your
No,
fruits
they're
and
not.
vegetables. Uh-huh. It says the recall is a precautionary measure due to a possible health risk from Listeria monocytogenes. I don't even know what that is. Monocytogenes detected on equipment used in an area near where these products are packed. So they caught Listeria from the machines that they use to cut up the fruits.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So let me show y'all what y'all seen this packaging before. You go to Walmart and buy your fruits. Be
Yeah,
aware
and I love
of this fruit.
they salads. You get them over there by the deli. The fruit's already cut up. They have
Mm.
already made salads.
And these are how they're packaged.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm. We can't even. We. This is frightening. This is frightening.
Wow.
These days you
That's
have to.
about the right price too, because I paid like $3.98 for a little small chef salad. Yeah, I go and
Um.
get them all the time, and the little fruit like that.
Shalom to update daily breaking news. They asked what states. Let me see if this article
Yes.
lists the states. They ought to, but it doesn't. It says the initial Country Fresh voluntary recall was for cut watermelon shipped directly to Walmart and racetracks, retail distribution center stores, and select stores located in Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Oklahoma, and Texas. So they only named 5
Oh my
states.
goodness, I got to call my girlfriend.
Illinois is one of them, and that's close to you.
Yeah, because she buys all this cut up fruit from them all the time.
Mm.
I'm gonna call her as soon as we get off the phone.
So
Matter of
these have
fact,
been recalled.
send her a message right now.
Arkansas, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas.
Wow.
So we have to be careful. We can't even eat fruit anymore. Fruit is supposed to be good for our bodies. But you have people handling it all different kinds of way where they pick up all kinds of germs and all kinds of stuff that go into our bodies and cause cancer and all kinds of things. It's frightening. It's frightening. Mm, mm, mm.
Wow. And so this is why you have some people saying, why be in a frenzy about COVID when you got things like this going on?
Well, and then they have a description of what was contaminated. Apple grape tray with caramel, the apple grape tray, green apple slices, mixed apple slices, red apple slices, cantaloupe chunks, seasonal fruit tray, summer blend, tropical blend, mango chunk, mango spears, pineapple grape mango blend, pineapple chunks, all of the red grapes. All of this has been contaminated. Walmart had to recall.
Wow.
Can't even eat fruit anymore, y'all.
No. And so and then even though they made it fresh, don't they still do those things and put them in the canned fruits too?
Well, yeah, probably. Like Update said, like Joseph preparation, we got to get ready too. We got to get ready and prepare like Joseph and start growing our own foods. My mother and father and my two brothers moved back to North Carolina. They got them a garden, honey. They started a garden. We have to hurry up.
I wish I would have learned from my mother, because she used to like get somebody to till her dirt and plant it, and I was like, that wasn't me getting all dirty and stuff.
Girl, I'm from North Carolina, born and raised, and I miss having a garden. You know, the thing about having a garden, you never go hungry. Because I used to get hungry, go out there and sit in the garden with them tomatoes, honey, and a box of salt. You go, what? We have to start growing. She said, Update Daily says, started an apple tree and grape on the yard. And they live in New York State. I don't know if New York State is like a rural area.
Well, when I was on a trip to New York, they had a lot of fresh fruit out, and it looked nice, edible, everything.
Update Daily, are you in New York, or are you in New York State, or are you in an area that has land where you can grow your own? I think you said you started an apple tree. That's interesting, an apple tree in New York. But my daughter, she left DC and moved to North Carolina. She learning how to hunt. She started her own garden. She said she ain't never coming back to DC. Oh, okay. See, she said, yeah, we got land up here too to grow in. I'm in the city. Okay. That's what's up. But yes, we have to start cooking out. I mean, not just cooking our own food, but growing our own food, because we don't know how many hands it passed through, how many tables, nasty, dirty tables they sit it on. So yes, we have to get in a position to grow up our own foods. So I don't know if update. I don't know if you're a male or female. I keep saying she. I don't know why I want to call you a she, but update said they got a little one. But hey, a little one is better than nothing. Let us
That's
know how
right.
them apples grow. Let us know how them apples grow. you know. So let me go on to this next story. This right here kind of creeped me out. You know how we had they talked about the killer. What do they call the bees? What do they call Jules? The hornets. Remember they talked about the killer hornets. Well, now we have a, a killer caterpillar on the loose.
What?
A kill. You saw that in the group, April. You commented on it. You
Oh
commented
my
on it.
goodness.
We got a
Girls, these
killer.
some of these creatures from Lovecraft Country.
Let me show you this caterpillar. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Oh my goodness. This caterpillar. Dangerous. Y'all know when we were growing up, caterpillars was harmless.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this sucker right here.
Caterpillar, that looked like a ooh.
That's a hairy caterpillar. And guess where they were spotted at?
Where?
They are being spotted in Virginia, in my area.
Oh yeah.
A hairy, venomous caterpillar. I want to say caterpillar. Caterpillar. Venomous meaning he's poisonous. And you made a comment. You said they need to stop experimenting. Look at that caterpillar.
I know.
Venomous.
Girl, that don't.
I have never seen anything like this
I
before
ain't
in
never
my
seen
life.
no caterpillar that looked like that. The caterpillars I done seen was real small. Caterpillars turn into butterflies, right?
Like worms.
But
Yeah.
they do
You see that
worms
butterfly?
to caterpillars to butterflies, right?
Yeah. So I wonder what this one is going to turn into.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Wait a minute, let me Google. Don't caterpillars turn into butterflies? Wait a minute.
Yes, they do.
Okay, that's what I thought. Well, shit, we don't want this. What in the hell is going on? That's scary. Bro, that looks like something on Lovecraft
scary.
Country. That is scary. That
Very
don't even
scary.
look like a caterpillar. That look like a hairy creature.
Yep. So the article says that, and this is from CNN.com. It says it's a small, it says it's small, hairy, and you don't want to get anywhere near it. It is considered to be one of the most venomous caterpillars in the United States of this here America, and there have been multiple reports of the pus caterpillar appearing in parks or near structures in Eastern Virginia. Lord, they in the DMV. Have mercy. The Virginia Department of Forestry is warning residents to stay away from the caterpillar because it has venomous spikes across its thick, furry coat. Lord have mercy. Jesus, help us, Lord. There are little hollow hairs in that fluffy, hairy material. Teresa Dellinger, a diagnostician at the Insect Identification Lab at Virginia Tech, she said it's not going to reach out and bite you, but if someone brushes up against that hair, it releases toxins that you'll have a reaction to. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Toxins. This is a caterpillar, y'all.
That's scary.
It does look like a rodent. It does. It looks like a rodent. Wow. What is this caterpillar going to turn into?
I don't know. What are they? Nothing I want to see.
I'm trying to tell you.
If they tell me that that's gonna turn into something, I will not go outside.
So my computer is freezing up. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Can you hear me, April?
Yes, I can still hear you.
Okay. So, woo, child.
If they want me to stay in, I see one of these flying, I would never leave my house.
It says the reaction that you can get, the toxins that release can include an itchy rash, vomiting, swollen glands, and fever. And it says it will also put you in a world of pain. A Richmond, Virginia resident described the feeling like a scorching hot knife. A Florida mother said her teenage son began screaming when stung by one.
Okay.
They said this caterpillar isn't commonly found in the states, cited more likely further south in states like Texas or in Midwestern states like Missouri, according to researchers. No one is entirely sure where there have been or why there have been so many recent reports in Virginia. With changes in our climate, we're seeing some insects change their population. But it's too soon to tell. Caterpillars, moths, and butterflies all have, what is this? Cynical periods. Cynical periods. It's all about the right time and the right conditions. So if you find one, y'all stay away from it. She said the pus is compared to a bee sting. So April, you commented on that people that they need to stop experimenting. You think that this is an experiment? You said you commented on this in the group.
I said if you want me to stay in the house.
No, but if you go to the Shooting the Facts group, you commented on this picture in Shooting the Facts, and you said
they always experimenting with stuff. We don't know what the people.
So you think this is an experiment?
Yeah, it probably is. We don't know what the government doing.
They're always trying to do something to send our way, send at black folks, always.
Yeah.
So for those of y'all who's just joining us, this is a poisonous caterpillar. It looks like a porcupine, don't it? Yeah. And it said it has sticks, spricks in it like a porcupine.
Girl, you know the government is always experimenting. I mean, they came up with them shows, Men in Black and all that stuff with them aliens.
Right.
They know it's true. That stuff going on. So they, this is crazy. Yeah, that's, what they doing? Caterpillars don't even look like that. You done injected it with something. Girl, caterpillars are. They look like little worms, hairy worms. Now, how do you get a big caterpillar like that? You know them folks that did something. They experiment with air. Then with venom, they experimenting.
Yep. That's
this
scary.
Is not normal. They are messing with nature.
That's scary. Let me see what else is in this book.
With nature. 1 minute we got killer bees. Now we got hairy caterpillars. Venomous.
Killer
like
hornets.
Like a snake.
Right.
Like a snake. So that's what they done did. They done experimented with snakes. With caterpillars and snakes. Hello, would like to welcome Ruthie in the house into the chat room. Thanks, Ruthie,
Hello,
for
Ruthie.
coming.
Welcome.
Yes. Please subscribe
But
to Shooting the Facts channel. So yeah, that's crazy. That when it says hairy venomous caterpillar, that is a snake. So they have did a snake and a caterpillar. That's what I'm telling y'all. Them people,
it actually looks like
they
a
doing something.
porcupine.
Yeah, they doing too much. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Ruthie, for checking in. Please subscribe to her channel, please. Thank you.
I lost my cell phone. Where's my cell phone? Okay.
What?
Because I got it. So
Okay.
what else is going on? What else is in the news these days?
Nothing. I'll be glad when this doggone election is over with.
Do you
I'm
still?
sick of them. They not ready to get. I thought, the election. Where's my stimulus check at? They done pussyfooted around with this money for how many months?
You know what I hate most out of this whole election is when black people say that we have to vote for the lesser of two evils. I hate that with a passion.
And when they say if you
I ain't
don't
got to vote for no evil.
vote, and when they say if you don't vote, that's a vote for Trump. No, if you
Yeah.
don't vote, that's a vote for nobody.
Yeah, I absolutely do not understand why people feel like they have to vote. You know what else we have to get out is voting for people because they Democrat or voting for people because they're Republican. That's what we need to stop doing. Stop voting for a Democratic person just because you are from the Democratic Party. What if somebody from the Republican Party talks that talk and talk, saying the things that you want to hear? Does that mean that you're still going to vote for a Democratic person? You understand what I'm trying to say? We cannot continue to vote Democrat because our mothers vote Democrat, our grandmothers vote Democrat. Vote for the person that you feel is right. Now, as for me, I'm not voting this year. I'm not.
If they look at their
Actually, you're supposed to vote on whichever candidate meets the criteria of what you expect for them.
Exactly.
Whatever issue. If you feel like you don't want your taxes to be raised, or
right,
you want funding, you're supposed to vote on whoever issues matches your concerns. And it's not supposed to be Democratic or Republican, because some Republicans have some things on the table that are good. You're supposed to vote on issues.
Well, look, all of them is gonna say what they think you want to hear to get in, and then change up when they get in there. But if you look at history, Republicans used to be Democrats, Democrats used to be Republicans. Now you do the math on that. So when you say I'm gonna vote for a Democrat this time, you really vote for a Republican.
I just hate that term, voting for the lesser of two evils. I hate that with a passion.
Well, I don't think the fact is that people are telling me that, I've got to vote for Kamala Harris too,
Right.
because he chose her. She's an alleged black woman. Don't nobody tell me what to do. Kamala Harris has not one bill over here.
Right.
Not one bill. I can't even call Kamala and ask her for a dime. And you're going to tell me I need to vote for her because she black. Allegedly black. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. All right.
Now, I don't know if you saw the watch. You was in the watch party that I was in earlier. With Gary Goldwater Jones and his wife, Vicky Jones. Goldwater talked about Joe Biden and all these bills that he helped get passed in reference to black people and bills that caused black people to spend more time in jail. For instance, remember when they had that law where black men were spending more time in jail for powder cocaine or for crack cocaine than they was for powder cocaine.
Yeah.
So he was saying that every president since Richard Nixon kept adding to that bill and kept adding to that bill until it got up to where we are now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Joe Biden was against busing. Joe Biden
Yep.
was your usual white prejudice racist man back in the 60s and the 70s. Okay? So don't be fooled by him. You know, they can say, oh, people changed. No, he thought that then. He felt
And he
that
thinking it
then.
now.
He did not want his children to be going to school with black kids back then.
Right. Right.
So why would it be any different now?
And not only that, you knowing that he has this history, why are you still voting for him? Why are you still voting? I guess that's why he said. I guess that's why he said you have to. He's the less of the two evils. But in reality, he's not. They are the same. They both are the same.
And then you got people saying, well, it's not just the presidency that you need to vote for. You know, you need to vote for your city officials and blah, 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 blah. They crooked too.
Because, you know, the sad thing about it is, it's sad because we as black people, we weren't taught to be racist. We were taught to love everybody, even though no matter what they did to us.
Right.
It's taught to love everybody. But you people, those people, and y'all know what people I'm talking about, y'all decided that you did not like us. You was going to do everything. You didn't want us to have voting rights. You didn't want us to be able to sit in the front of the buses. You didn't want to do this. You've always not liked us. And so for me to think now that all of a sudden I'm supposed to have a kumbaya moment with y'all, no.
You wanted us. You wanted us
Bernie
to cook
Sanders
you.
was the right man. But
Who?
Bernie Sanders.
I don't know about that either.
Well, Bernie had some issues, but he was pretty much.
Bernie
was pretty much more so in tune with us, because I had did all of my research on those candidates. But you know, all of them families, they come from that money. You know, that's prestigious money.
So how about the fact that we are voting for the descendants of our slave owners? Is anybody thinking about that? We are actually voting for the descendants of people that used to own us as slaves. That's my thing.
Well, I want to know, well, yeah, we're still slaves. But I want to know is, during the debates, other than them over talking each other and going over 2 minutes, what did they say? Did they say they wanted to lower taxes? I mean, I watched it for 15 minutes and I turned it away because
that's why I didn't even bother. Shalom, Sister Michaela. Shalom to you, sis.
Yeah.
But that's why I didn't even bother.
Yeah, they were disrespectful. They didn't even honor the rules. You had 2 minutes. 2 minutes to speak. So you didn't even, Mike Pence, I lost all respect for him. Like, you just gonna keep on going. The B-Pre, I watched it that night with him and that whatever lady. I don't know what she is. Indian.
Kamala.
Yeah. Kamala Harris. Yeah, Kamala
Harris. Right.
Yeah. Hey, Kamala. Yeah.
So I brought this story back up, about Jonathan Price, because you mentioned how we love them, how we love them so much and they can't stand us. Remember, we talked about this guy the other day. This guy, Jonathan Price, was killed by a white police officer last weekend in Texas. Jonathan Price, he saw this man beating up this woman at a gas station, and he decided he needed to get out and help the woman. But when the police was called, they turned to him instead because they felt like he was drunk. The police officer, Sean Lucas, felt like he was drunk and tried to detain him. Jonathan Price did not want to be detained, and so he began to walk away from the police officer. He even reached out to the police officer to shake his hand and kept asking him how he was doing. But that police officer, Sean Lucas, he just wanted to detain him because he thought he was drunk. But the reason why they was called on the scene was not because of him. But long story short, Sean Lucas ended up shooting this man 4 times, killing him. Right? And in his last post, he talked about how much he loved white people, how much he loved white women, and how he was addicted to them. And ironically enough, he was killed by a white man. So you just talked about how much we love them and how they do not love us. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
They
Well,
really do not.
yeah, but what I'm saying is we wasn't raised to be hate. We wasn't,
Exactly.
we wasn't raised on hate, but they were.
Exactly.
Like us, they didn't. It's some of them that did because, trust me, Harriet Tubman did have people to help her, those people, and there are still some good ones out here, but I don't think they are politicians. I don't think they're politicians. Yeah.
Well,
I've looked at it
me,
now. All of these politicians, they all
Yep.
is watering whoever is putting money in their pockets. I think they might start off with good interest. I'm gonna tell you somebody I would have to really respect, and that was that mayor. The governor, Wallace. Up until he died, he didn't like him. He never changed his tune, even though he had a baby by one.
Will Wallace.
What was he the oh my gosh, what was he the
I have no
governor
idea who you're talking about.
of Mississippi? Remember, wait a minute. See, we done did a subject. Hold on.
You talking about the governor of Alabama?
Yeah, maybe the Alabama was in the wheelchair. He never changed his tune.
I just don't trust any of them. I'm sorry. I have no trust for none of them. I can't. I have seen too much.
Yeah.
Too much. They've done too much. And I just find it hard to trust any of them.
Yeah.
Politicians are rich white people who get into politics to make themselves richer.
Yeah, George Wallace. Yeah. But he didn't, and he was back there in the 60s. He was the Alabama governor. He didn't want segregation. He never wanted it. And he never changed his tune. He never flipped. He went to his grave. So he stayed real with his the whole time. The rest of these other ones, I don't know. Yeah. Joe Biden.
Do you think that Donald Trump is going to serve another term?
Yes, I do.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
say no.
Yeah.
Because the powers that be don't want him in there no more.
Well, I know you said yesterday that Putin
Putin is backing
is
Biden.
backing Joe Biden. And remember, in 2016, Putin was the one that was accused of putting Donald Trump in the White House. He was the one that was accused of tampering with the election. So I don't know, people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, me personally, I'm not dependent on these people anymore. I'm just
Right.
I've given um this whole year, and I want my walk now to be more closer with that higher power. I'm gonna depend on them because man will fail you.
Yep, every time.
They will fail you. They'll sell you dreams, disappointments, and with the Breonna Taylor ruling, that really just let me know that these people don't care about us.
They don't. They never did, and they never will. It's a perpetual hatred. It's a perpetual meaning,
And so,
excuse me, meaning that it's forever. Shalom, brother Moshe Ben Yahuda. Good to see you, brother. Yep. It's a perpetual hatred.
yeah,
Ooh, child. They hate us.
yeah,
Why do they
yep,
treat
yep.
us so
And so,
Hey, you know I'm live, right?
huh?
I'm talking to Julius. He back there singing in
Oh,
the kitchen singing.
Why do
yeah,
they do
yeah.
this?
And you know what I think is great?
What's
I,
that?
awesome how these people are getting together and they're buying their land.
Yes, I love it.
They're going to
You
try to
talking
build
about
up
you talking about the family in Georgia, right?
a family in Georgia.
And they're gonna name the land Freedom, Georgia.
Yeah,
Yeah, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. This community got together and bought some land in Georgia, and the land is for they're gonna make it a city or a place for black people.
yeah. And we got to get back to our basics. We got to get back to our family structure. We got to get back to having
Ooh,
our people. You know, we got to
I'm
do.
kind of worried though.
Yeah,
I'm kind of worried. I kind of feel like that the powers that be is not going to let this happen.
yeah,
So this article says a movement to create a safe haven city for black families is gaining momentum on social media and in Wilkinson County. There were 19 families. That's where 19 families just purchased nearly 100 acres of land. The city of Freedom, Georgia is more than a dream for the Georgia and Florida families who combined their resources to buy nearly 100 acres of land in Wilkinson County, Georgia. For Ashley Scott and Renee Walters, the Freedom Georgia Initiative is about creating a place their families and future generations can call home. It's about a safe haven. It's about having a place where you can be authentically black and unapologetically black and not be judged. It says our 96 acres is to serve for a safe haven for the 19 families that got together and purchased it, and then open it up to the public to have retreats, reunions, and weddings, trails for hunting, a lake for fishing, and a place for us to just breathe. Um, last time black people came together like this was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I believe, and they called it Black Wall Street.
yeah,
And out of pure hatred, our open enemy destroyed it because a white woman claimed that she was raped by a black citizen.
yeah,
They totally destroyed us trying to progress in a land where we are captives. We were booming. We had our own stores. We had our own hospitals. We had our own community, like every other community.
Okay.
So I'm afraid that the powers that be might not allow this to happen.
Yeah, I can probably say I agree with you.
I mean,
It's scary. It's scary.
it's a
We,
good
we
thought.
can
I mean,
we can go
it's
back. We can get our youth trained. We can teach them family values, things that they shouldn't do. Teach them, everything that we learned bad from them. We can rechange all of that structure. And so no, it probably won't happen because
I'm hoping that it do. I hope and
I
pray
hope
that
it
it
does
do.
too, because we
But
gotta get control. I mean, back in the day, the black family, we were strong people. Now our way of thinking, man, we our own worst enemies. It's a lot. It's a lot. We allow them to let social media or the media affect our thinking on our people. None of us are perfect, but they sure aren't that bad. And if they are, we can deal with our people. Let us start dealing with our own people.
that's what I'm talking about. We should be able to deal with our own people. I saw in the news that Bill Cosby is getting ready to appeal his did you see that?
Yeah, and he's probably going to win because what they did is they went back and hey, like he said, back in the day, we all partied. That's what they did. So they went back, changed that where they could bring that up in his case for something he said that he admitted to 30 years ago. I mean, he said that they all partied together.
Right.
That's what they did back then. But see, you didn't see Hugh Hefner. They never charged Hugh Hefner with anything.
Right. Right. It was a black man that called out Bill Cosby. You know that, right? It was a black man, and look, black people that called out R. Kelly. We always calling each other out instead of, I'm not saying covering nothing up, but reaching out to help instead of
because what should have been done should have been an intervention.
Right.
If this what you doing, you need to stop this. You gonna do this. You gonna go get help. This is what we're gonna do. But money is the rule of all evil. And this
no. The love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
The love of money.
The love of money.
Yes.
And to sit up and wait for these people till they get broke, then you want to just sock it to them. Yeah. Yes, Brother Moshe, Hugh Hefner, he probably did pay a lot of people off to keep quiet. And then that's the sad thing is, while they pay their people off to keep quiet, but we the ones, we gonna turn on our own people. Well, prime example, we have Trump in the White House. He has cases against him. He's the president.
Yep. He has cases. There are women that accused him of sexual assault as far back as the 70s. But you see how they cover that up.
They covered it. They
Sweep it under the
protect
rug.
people.
No one is talking about it. We can't do that.
No, we the first ones out. Throw them in jail. Throw away the key. Don't never let them out. But we got the president with the same charges. Such hypocrites. And I don't even know what we could even do for our people to even see this.
Okay, so we was talking about the families in Georgia, right? Who came together and purchased land so that they can form a black community for black people. Already, check this out. This headline says, planned black community in Georgia draws interest for a reality TV show. Already, here they come. Already trying to put them people in a reality TV show. Here they come. What do y'all think about that? What do you think about that? Hello? Testing 1, 2. You there, April?
I had to step away for a minute.
Okay. Well, so yeah, we was just talking about the Georgia family that has come together last, month or so. Nearly 24 families in Georgia made headlines for pooling money to purchase land in a Georgia town with a vision to build a safe haven community for black people. The news garnered widespread attention, including interest from bigwigs in the entertainment sphere, hoping to develop a reality TV show, Moshe, a reality TV show about the forthcoming community dreamed to be Freedom, Georgia, according to TMZ. Among them are production companies that have been linked to Lifetime, Jesus have mercy, A&E, Oxygen, and HGTV. The group of 19 families led by Ashley Scott and Renee Walters bought 97 acres of land in Toomsboro, Georgia, a rural town of about 500 people, according to the United States of this here America Census Bureau, estimates about 2 hours south of Atlanta. Scott, who is a real estate agent, said the community would be a safe haven for, I hate that term, people of color. I really do. I hate that term. I wish they would not include us in even though our skin is colored, we Hebrew, we black people. Just say black people, because everybody that's of color does not get treated the same way black people get treated.
Exactly.
So I hate that term, people of color. I don't even know when it came into place.
Right.
We have always been black people. I'm not talking about Asian. I'm not talking about Hispanic or all the other people that's supposed to be of color. I'm talking about black people. I hate that term, people of color. Anyway, supposed to be a safe haven for black families in particular. TMZ reports that several production companies are seeking a deal with Scott and Walters, an entrepreneur, to shoot a reality series based around the company and the community members. While nothing has been approved or finalized, it was reported that members of the planned community outlined provisions before agreeing to have a reality program shot. A reality program and shot. One of them is having complete ownership of the footage and having final say so in the editing process. I think, okay, and it goes on to say this apparently is in an effort to control the narrative of programming so that their community is portrayed in a positive light. A website for the community known as Freedom Georgia Initiative has emerged. The site says that the catalyst for the community was born out of the racial trauma, a global pandemic, and economic instabilities for Black Americans. It continues to say the goal for Freedom Georgia is to create an innovative community for environmentally sustaining living, health and wellness, agriculture, and economic development, arts and culture for generations to come. I think that this might be a huge mistake.
They
Shalom,
should
brother
never
Ariel.
get on there
Shalom.
and show our progress. You're going to give away our secrets.
Yep. Always inviting others to the cookout. Shalom, brother Ariel. Good to see you. This is a perfect example of inviting others to the cookout.
No, you can't let them know how strong we can be. You can't let them know that we're teaching them the things that you know, all of this behavior is what we learned from them.
Right.
We didn't have all of these issues. No, they don't need to know that we're trying to tell our people this isn't normal. No, it's not normal. This stuff is not normal. You're supposed to respect your elders.
Right.
For one.
So for those of you who's just tuning in, we're talking about the family
sleeping around, raping, and all of that. We learned from them, seeing what they were doing this is what they saw. Oh my God.
Right. The families that have come together to plan a black community in Georgia, they draw interest for a TV, Lord have mercy, a TV reality show. I hope that does not fall through, because that's where our troubles always lie. Every time we invite somebody to the cookout, somebody else to the cookout, something always go wrong. Always.
Lordy, have mercy.
Have mercy, Lord.
How can we fight and you're letting them see our weapons?
See our plans.
You're letting them see our weapons. So then they just bring another weapon in, because you know we'll go. So many of us still want to be like them.
Yep. From day one, ever since the Most High brought us out of Egypt, we've been trying to be like them. Ever since the Most High Yah brought us out of Egypt, we have been trying to be like them. It's crazy. Well, look, sis, I don't want to hold you up, but I have to run. Okay. I have things that I need to do.
This was a nice show. We'll be back in a couple of more days.
Yeah, give us a couple of more days.
Yeah, other stuff. And I'm going to start getting some more of my friends to come into the channel.
Absolutely.
And
I appreciate that.
And then we're going to try to get together this women's panel. And so,
yes.
Yeah. Yes. And so, to those that are voting, you vote for the candidate that you feel best meets your concerns or your needs that you want, whether it's Republican or Democrat.
Right.
Vote for who you want to vote for, not for what people say you should vote for. Be your leader.
Don't let nobody try to shame you because you decide not to vote. Don't let nobody do that to you. It's your choice. It's what our ancestors died for, not for us to vote, but for us to have that right to vote. You know, because a lot of us, we're not about voting for no evils. You say vote for the lesser two evils, both of them are evil. So you might as well vote for, either one. Where's the competition in that? Both of them are the same.
Evil. Yeah, evil is evil. Yeah.
Both of them are the same. I like to thank Update Daily News for joining in earlier when we first came on. Nice. From New York. She says I keep calling that person a she. I don't know whether it's a she or he, but they have started growing their own food, because we talk about the fruit that was contaminated coming out of Walmart's, and several fruit trays from Walmart has been recalled in 9 states. So we talked about that. So thank you.
Yeah, matter of fact, let me call my friend right now.
Update Daily, breaking news. Thank you, Ruthie, for joining in. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I really do. Thank you, Sister Makayla. Thank you, Moshe Ben Yahuda.
Yes.
Thank you, Brother Ariel. I really appreciate it. But for now, we got to go.
Okay. Peace and love, everybody.
Shalom, everybody. Sister
Okay.
April, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right. Shalom.